welcome back to Curio Yarns Podcast. My name's Elly and I'm coming to you from Alphington, Exeter, which is in the southwest of England. This is a knitting and spinning podcast with a bit of sewing and hand dyeing yarn, making project bags, etc. So today is Tuesday the 3rd of March and I have a really fluffy nose because I've just been gathering everything together. It is lovely and sunny. It has been 3 weeks between episodes. I'm really sorry. As you know from last episode, I still wasn't quite well and I had a downturn, and I'm fingers crossed and touch wood and all that better now. So, just wait to see if I'm going to sneeze. Right, so this week's show is going to be a lot shorter because I don't have my year's worth of projects to show you. Yay, thumbs up. Okay, so I have got knitting and spinning. I've left my spinning wheel downstairs because I wasn't feeling strong enough to carry it back upstairs. But I am now on the last piece of the fibre, the black and silver fibre that I was doing before. I'm hoping to have that finished for next week. And I say next week because I will be back next week. But I do have some spindle spinning to show you. So, I have done some more of my obligatory box of chocolates. And this is the caramel. It's got sparkles. I love this spindle so much. It's so pretty. This was made for me. So here, I pre-drafted it so that it was easier to spin. And this is, I want to say, my favourite spindle that's not my filigree Golding spindle. I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs barking. The back door's open, the cats are playing. But anyway, yes. So this is all I've got left of this one. And then I shall be moving on to the raspberry, I think. And then it's the mint. So, yes. I can't remember the name of the lady that I got that spindle from because her business name changed. I haven't bought anything from her since. Otherwise, I'd link her somewhere. But yeah. So, that was all my spinning because obviously I haven't got my wheel and everything, but I'll show you that next week. Knitting. So, I'm wearing a finished object. This is my Petite Knits no frills jumper, and I did I think it was the first side, no, the 39-inch bust. I used my Pretty Gritty colourway on fingering weight merino nylon and Berger de France Angel in the Pave colourway. Now this is all I had left of the third ball. And this is what I have left of my third ball of this. So I literally, I can't remember which sleeve it is. I had, say, this much left of a sleeve to do out of the third one. So I think I've got about 95 grams left. So this is going to be something else for sure. What can I say? I love how loose the neckline is. I didn't block it properly for the neck. So it sits a bit square. It should be more like that, but I love it anyway. I did it exactly as the pattern calls for: length of sleeves, length of body, etc. I don't mind shorter sleeves, but normally I like my sleeves to be either here or here. But I was so keen to get it finished that I just followed the pattern exactly. So if I was to knit this again, I'd make the sleeves a couple of inches longer, and also the body. Now, although I like a cropped jumper to sit sort of here, because of the way this one's designed, I feel like it should have been a couple of inches longer to make it more of a sweater than a not quite crop, if that makes sense. It's kind of in between, but it's comfy, it's cozy. I've been wearing it lots. So soft, very warm. Yeah, very warm. which is nice because it's at -1 outside at the moment, and I always have to have a window open, so I'm crazy. But yes, so what else can I say about this jumper? Once I remember in the beginning I struggled to follow the raglan increase instructions. I found it too faffy to read. But once I wrote out the stitches in a circle where the raglans are and the increases and everything, it made so much more sense. So if you haven't knit this yet, for that reason, same as I was taking forever to get on with it, it is a lot simpler than it's written. Just don't overthink it. So, I have another finished object for you, and this is my pattern that I finished last week. And it was supposed to have been published not yesterday, day before, on the 1st of March, on Sunday. Technical gremlins. Yeah, I couldn't get it up onto Ravelry. So I thought I'd show you today because it's going to be going up this evening because I fixed the bugs. So these are the Worm Moon mitts. And it's in 3 sizes. The other one's on a mannequin over there. I don't want to put it on as well. Yeah, so I used a woolly knit DK Classics in the Colour Splash, and this is DK and it's wool, pure wool, and it's really pretty. Now, Abby gave me this yarn for Valentine's Day, as well as others, but I'll show you that later. So these are up on Ravelry today at 6 o'clock. So this is number 2 of the year for the full moon mitts. I didn't get the there was a full moon that I missed at the beginning of February, but I was really poorly and couldn't keep up. So yes, so these are the full moon mitts, and next month is the full pink moon mitts, but they'll just be pink moons. So yes, very pretty. 3 sizes, small, medium and large. All the details are on the Ravelry page, and I've got the graded pricing structure the same as my last ones. So yes. Okay, so coming in May is this beauty. I've rolled it up so you can't see, and I've just realised I've got an end I've missed moving in. So yes, this is the scrying sweater. I'm keeping it scrolled up and rolled up so you can't see anymore, and it is currently out with test knitters. This will be released on my birthday on the 16th of May, but if the test knitters get done sooner, it might come up sooner. They're whizzing through it because it's such a simple jumper, but it's beautiful. I'm really proud of this. This is the first jumper pattern that I've finished and had test knitted, and I'm 100% happy with. So look out for this, the scrying sweater. I'll put that down there. There will also be yarn kits available for that one. I have already dyed the yarn. Where's the yarn? I don't know where it's gone. I don't know. Let me just see. Okay, so the other things that I've been working on, I have been knitting on 3 things. The first is my Sorrel jumper from Wool and Pine, which is Dank Fibre and Abby Knits on Ravelry, on Etsy. So that's there. Let you see it. There we go. I am now at the point where I have flipped it inside out, according to the pattern, because I have done the sleeves. They are done, separated for the sleeves. Here and here. So I'm about 1.5 inches past the sleeves. So you can see on this side the colour gradient's a lot more subtle, and it's really pretty. So this, I'm a bit worried to turn it the right way out, but it's got these beautiful sort of pine needles on it. I'm still a bit worried about the neck. I hope I'm going to be able to get it over my head, but we'll see. So now it's just telly knitting on this. It's round and round and round and round, and I'm using a small 16-inch circular needle, because I find that the smaller the needle, the less daunting it feels, and I knit a lot quicker. I don't know if that's true for anyone else, but if I knit on a larger needle, like 24-inch or whatever, it takes longer because it feels more like there's more fabric to work. But yeah, so this is now quite zoomy, and I can't wait to get it finished. Now I'm not sure if I will be repeating the gradient, so the black through the purple, the blues and the grey at the end of the sleeves in kind of an opposite way, because I've done such a short gradient at the top as opposed to the whole jumper. Watch this space and find out. I'm loving it. The black yarn is my Poison colourway on Curio Yarns. The silver lace weight that I'm using instead of mohair, because I was knitting this at the same time, 2 mohair jumpers at once. Nope. So the silver is Artist Palette Yarns, the purple is Miss Babs, the bluish colour is Miss Babs, and the silvery mauvey colour is Volumine. Okay, next up is some socks. Now, you've seen these before. These are my opal socks. So I have now finished this one. And this is the Blue Iris Monet colourway. So here's the ball. And I have started the second one. Now, I have not undone one of the bobbers. I am nearly finished with the toe. I have one more increase round to go, and the toe will be done. Now I'm not fussed that they're not going to match, because the colour repeats are so long in between. I wasn't going to, find where this one. I mean, it's there. So I would have had to have wound through all of that to get to the next colour repeat. Now that's a good 10-15 grams of yarn. I didn't want to waste the yarn, especially when I can knit myself a full pair and then knit a shorty pair as well for either Neve or Abby, or even me and Abby have these, I don't mind. So yes, cute. And then the other thing that I've been knitting on this week, well, I say this week, it's been 3 weeks, is the Red Moon sweater by Born and Raised. I have been knitting on something else. What's it called? I'm having a blank. I'll show you this Red Moon sweater. So I'm using one of my Wonky Colton colourways along with Francophile or Francophy yarns, and this is the Sennacu. There we go, that's the information. That's the yarn name. It's on her chaussette base. So it's a very subtle pinky lilac with lots of a few speckles. It's really pretty. So I am in a bit of a mess, but I have started. So I'm at the beginning of the round, and I've put a little stitch mark, little progress keeper, so I know where I am for next time. And I have done this much. It's really nice so far, these little starry bits, and then what these turn out to be. I like the colours together. I didn't ever think I'd enjoy knitting with red, but there is some red in here. I'm not a red person, but with the purple, I'll show you here. Not sure how well you're going to be able to see that, but it's really pretty. So I'm looking forward to knitting on this one, because I finished this one so I could cast this one on. But ideally next, I want to finish my Sorrel and my, I hope the name would come to me, skulls on it. It's by Dear Ingenue. What's it called? I'm going to have to look it up on my Ravelry. It is called... The Witching Owl Swoncho. It's not in this room, so I didn't think to... I lie, it is in this room. Please be in this project bag. Yes, brilliant. Okay, so, teach me for not being prepared. So, my Witching Owl Swoncho has grown. So last time I was here, so I'm now, oh that's good isn't it, you can see the bird. I'm now pretty much done with the bird skull and I'm coming towards the end of the beak. So there we go. Isn't it just beautiful? So I'm under the bust now. I think it's got probably about that much more because it goes down to my elbows, which is just slightly above my belly button. I'm really enjoying it. So this one I'm knitting using Adafil Careza Angora in the black and Sublime Lustrous Extra Fine Merino DK in the pink. It is not one that I can knit on all the time because you have to concentrate, and I have made a few mistakes and had to go back a few rows, and then my yarn was damaged. And I didn't realise for 3 rows that it was hanging on by just a tiniest bit of nylon, so I had to tink back. And that happened a couple of times. I don't know what's wrong. But I've discovered that this yarn isn't very strong. It breaks very easily. I'm not impressed. But I can't wait to get it finished. So yes. And then my final project for this week. I forgot to put my pattern away. I couldn't resist. I was watching Hohi and Hohi's journal. I watch her show her journal podcast every week that it comes. You know, whenever one comes up in my feed, or she posts about it on Instagram, I go and watch straight away. So she was talking about the fact that this is her beauty. It's gorgeous. I love this photo. Now, I'm a bit wary of how I speak here, but I love the fact that there is a disabled lady on the cover because I'm disabled and I spent nearly 8 years in a wheelchair because of my health. And so for me, immediately it was wheelchair and oh my goodness, isn't that beautiful? And I absolutely loved it. Yes, the model is beautiful. She's a very stunning black lady and I love her tattoos and her hair, and she's astonishingly beautiful, and I'm actually a bit jealous. But hey, I'm jealous of a lot of people. So I saw this and I pre-ordered the pom-pom and it came last Tuesday, I want to say, so about a week ago. So immediately I had to cast on. And this yarn is the yarn that I have dyed up for the scrying sweater kits. So this is Figgy, or Fig. And I'm using it with my Duchess colourway, which is this. So it looks like this on merino nylon, but this is actually merino silk. And this is the truer colour of it on lace. So I am in the first, I'm not going to open the magazine because I don't need to, the first white lace section. And It's not much to look at so far, but at the same time, it's absolutely stunning. I love it. And the way that she's designed this is beautiful. So you hold the lace weight and merino together here, then it's just lace, then it's just fingering, and so on, except for the cuffs and things. And it's so beautiful that I saw it and I was like, I need this in my wardrobe, but I don't want it in pink and cream because I wouldn't wear those colours together. But I knew that this combination was stunning. So I can't wait to share this with you as it gets bigger. Yeah. So that's all. That's all my knitting at the moment. I have got so many other projects that I'm working on for my own patterns, but I don't want to show you until like the week that the pattern's due to be released, if that makes sense. Not in full detail anyway. But there will be lots of teasers, don't worry. So, the shop update will be happening this Friday. I think it's, I can't remember if it's 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Let me just check. No, I'm just looking up on my website. 6 p.m. I'm not going to be updating Etsy anymore. Once what's on there is sold, that's it. I now have my own online shop. It's curioyarns.com. So that is where all the updates will be taking place. Each Friday at 6 o'clock. So I would really appreciate it if you guys went over and had a look. I've been able to do it because one, I'm very fortunate in that my customer base has grown. Not a lot, but enough for me to say I've had enough of Etsy. Etsy is very expensive to sell on, and they've brought in now mandatory advertising fees. So if you sell anything that basically, if they do an advert and they feature one of your products, you don't get permission as to whether they feature them or not. If they feature one of your products and someone looks at it, and then remember, anything up to 3 months later and make a sale of any other product in your shop, you get charged advertising fees. Now, I'm already paying the equivalent of 14% Etsy fees. It's too much. And then there's other fees on top. So, no. So I made the leap. I now have a Shopify shop. Etsy, not Etsy, yeah, Shopify shop. And the only thing that I'm not selling on there at the moment are my digital patterns or digital downloads. Those will just purely be on Ravelry. But there is a gallery on there as well for my knitwear. So all the yarns, project bags, clubs, advent calendar, spinning fibre, etc. That's all on curioyarns.com. So I'll put it up here and I'll put a link down there. So yes, I'm very excited. I would have a party, but it'd be a party of one because I don't know many other knitters. So yes, I will love you and leave you and see you all next week. I'm going to be recording on Tuesdays now, not Fridays, because it works out so much better for me, because by the end of the week I'm too tired to record. Tuesdays. Right. Ta-ra everyone, and take care. Bye.